Hello everybody, and welcome to this hour-long workshop on empathy and performance. This workshop is presented to you by Ideas Test and Try New Things. My name is Trynity Silk. I am an actor living in London, and I'm going to guide you through some fun activities to get you to understand what empathy is and how it relates to performance. You are more than welcome to do this workshop alone, or you can do it with friends, online, or with the people you live with. It's totally up to you. Before we get going, you're going to need to set up your space. You will need a little bit of space to move around. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, just so that you can take a few steps back and forth, maybe a little bit of pacing. It doesn't matter if you have a limited space, you can make do. So let's have a look at what we're going to need, and then we'll get going. You will need 3 comfortable places to sit. You will need 2 props, 1 to represent a child, 1 to represent an adult. Try not to use your phone. These props can be anything you find around the house. Pause the video here. Get your space ready. Now that everything's been set up, let's have a quick look at the plan for the next hour. We are going to look at what empathy is and how it's used in performance. We're going to act out a quick monologue without doing any preparation. Then we'll go back and start to think about our character in some detail. Then we're going to do a character visualization, which is going to help us connect with the character we're playing. We'll then look at our monologue once more. Then we're going to reflect on the process and the outcome. Finally, we'll watch a short video of a well-known actor talking about empathy. We're going to do a little bit of a self-experiment now and see if we can exercise our empathy muscle using some acting techniques. So we're going to do a monologue. It will appear on the screen for you in a moment. You can also find this monologue. If you click the link below, it'll take you to a resource pack where it is also available for you to read. Don't spend too much time on this task, 5 minutes at the most. Say the monologue a few times and then record yourself saying it. Don't worry, we're not aiming for perfection at all. We're going to get into some really great character work and relook at our monologue later. So just 5 minutes on that. Here comes the monologue. You can find this short monologue by clicking on the link below. Or you can pause the video here and read it on the screen in front of you. Wonderful! Well done, good job. Can you guess which infamous villain you were playing? Ha 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 ha! Yep, it's Count Dracula! The blood-sucking vampire. A classic villain. Now you have your before video, and we're going to do some character work to see how we can begin to understand and connect with this terrifying character. I think it's important to use a villain for this task because it's a little bit more challenging to be understanding and empathize with someone who hurts people. We're going to try and understand Dracula on a deep level so that our audience might find our performance more believable. Let's have a look at our monologue again and see what we can learn about our character. Pause the video, have a look at the monologue, and see if you can answer these questions for yourself. You're welcome to chat about them with your friends if you're not doing this workshop alone. A very famous man named Konstantin Stanislavski developed a detailed system for getting into character. We call this system method acting. There are many famous actors who use method acting as a technique to get into character. Method acting is a lot more than learning lines and being dramatic. It's about truly discovering who your character is and then stepping into their life. We're going to try one of Stanislavski's techniques now. It involves being guided through a visualization. So stand up, find a space in the room where you have enough space to take 1 or 2 steps forward and where you can still hear me. Go and stand there now and then close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Standing in front of you is Vlad Dracula. Picture him in your mind's eye. Look at how he's standing. The expression on his face. What gestures does he make? What is he wearing? How does his voice sound? Really picture him in front of you. How is he breathing? How is he standing? Now take a step forward and become the person you have visualized. Step into his body. Feel yourself filling his body. You have become Vlad. Take a breath in and out. What does it feel like to be this person? Notice the way you are standing. Notice how you breathe. How do you feel in this body? Open your eyes. Staying in the body of Dracula, take a minute to walk around the room. How do you feel in the space? How do you walk? Notice how fast you're walking. Where are your arms? What is your posture like? Looking around the room, notice the chair or cushion that has the prop on it that represents a child. Go and sit. Pick up the prop. Close your eyes again. Take a deep breath in and out. In character, think back to when you were a young child. Remember a time when you, as your character, were in a playground. Imagine yourself in the playground. How do you feel sitting there? What is happening around you? What can you see? What can you hear? Are you sitting on your own? Or are you with other children? Are you shy or confident? Stay in the body of this young child. Open your eyes and spend a few minutes interacting with the prop. How do you feel about this prop? Is it something that you would share with someone? Does it belong to you? If somebody took it away, how would you feel? Put the prop down. Stand up and move to a neutral space in the room. Standing, close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Imagine now that you are a few years older. With your eyes closed, imagine you're looking in a mirror at a teenage version of your character. What kind of clothes are you wearing? Is it modern day or a long time ago? How do you feel looking at yourself? Open your eyes and go and sit in the place where you have left the prop you chose for your adult character. Close your eyes again and imagine you're looking at your character in a mirror. Watch your body grow a little bit more. As you get taller, your face gets older. How old are you now? How do you feel at this age? Is there something that has happened to you that changed your life in some way? Have you lost someone you loved? What kind of feelings do you feel when you think about people from your past? Open your eyes and pick up the prop you chose to represent your adult character. Why is this prop important to you? How does it feel holding the prop? Does the prop remind you of someone in your life or from your past? Do you feel positive or negative emotions when you think about your past? Let yourself feel these emotions. Notice what happens to your body when you feel these things. Can you feel your facial expressions changing? Where do you feel tension in your body? Think about the monologue we did earlier and the questions that you answered. Where is the scene happening? Imagine you are there now. What does this place look like? What time of day is it? Are you inside or outside? Are you moving or are you still? What is the weather like? What does it smell like? How do you feel being here? Open your eyes. Stand up and begin to move around the room again. How quickly are you moving? What do you want or need to happen? How important are these wants and needs for you? How do you feel about the woman you speak about? She belongs to you forever. How do you feel knowing this? Now go and stand in front of your screen and read the monologue again in character. Well done! You are now a beautifully complex villain. Before you relax back into your real body, I want you to quickly set your camera up again and redo your monologue. Do as many takes as you need to be comfortable with your performance, but remember, you don't need to be judgmental. We're not trying to win any Oscars. No one has to see this except you. So this is really more about an understanding that you have now gained of your character. So set up your camera now. The monologue will come back up on screen. You can pause your video and re-record your monologue now that you've done all this fantastic character work. Okay, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more like that. And shake it all out. Shake your hands out, shake your feet out. Letting go of your character now, coming back into your own body. I would like you to go and sit on the chair or cushion that you put aside to represent yourself and take a few minutes to answer the questions. They will come up on your screen now. You're welcome to discuss these with friends or family or just think them through by yourself. You can pause the video here. How did you feel when you got into character? Did anything feel different when you did your monologue the second time? What were the differences for you? Did you feel you had a better understanding of the character after you imagined yourself as him? How do you think this affected your performance? you can go into a lot more detail when it comes to getting into character. You could even get into costume. Many actors spend months and months living the life of the character that they're going to play. I'm not saying that you need to go that extreme, but there are lots of resources that you can find for getting more into character. I have actually compiled a few of them for you. So if you click the link below in your resource pack towards the end of the document, you'll find a whole lot of little things that you can use, some useful links to some websites that might help you. There's a really detailed character guide in there which can help you get into character, whether or not you want to re-look at Count Dracula and try and get into that character a bit more, or if there's another character that you're looking at playing. All of those resources can be used, so enjoy those and do make use of them. Also, with the visualization that we did earlier, you're welcome to replay this video and imagine yourself in the shoes of a different character. It should work just as well for any other character that you're playing. So this resource is now out there for you. Feel free to make use of it as much as you like. So I would like to just thank you very much for joining me today and trying new things with Try New Things. It's been lovely to host this workshop. I will leave you with a wonderful speech about empathy by a very well-known method actor named Meryl Streep. Enjoy her speech about empathy. I really hope that you have been able to connect a little bit deeper to some fictional characters and that you'll be able to take that into your daily life and connect with other people all around you from very different backgrounds, and I really hope that you have a wonderful time in lockdown, keeping safe, staying at home, and staying connected.
I've thought a lot about the power of empathy. In my work, it's the current that connects me and my actual pulse to a fictional character. In a made-up story, it allows me to feel pretend feelings and sorrows and imagined pain. And my nervous system is sympathetically wired, and it conducts that current to you sitting in a movie theater, and to the woman sitting next to you, and to her friend, so that we all feel that it's happening to us at the same time. It's a very mysterious and valuable resource of the human species. And women, I think, access it most effortlessly. We cry at sad movies. We don't feel we lose face or stature or position doing it. We see a news story that enrages us and we write letters through tears, our hearts pounding. I used to wonder why human beings developed these inconvenient and embarrassing responses, this sniffling, choking, wet obstruction. You know, the thing that physicians and soldiers and stock traders and journalists and fashion models and politicians and news commentators and venture capitalists all must suppress in order to work most efficiently. I thought, what possible value, function could it serve in the Darwinian scheme of, survival of the fittest and the strongest and the most heavily armed? No, seriously, I thought, why and how did we evolve with this weak and useless passion intact within the deep heart's core? And the answer, as I've formulated it to myself, is that empathy is the engine that powers all the best in us. It is what civilizes us. It is what connects us to these women who live enshrouded and muffled and beaten down and broken in cities and towns so far away from us as if to be in a different galaxy. It enables us to feel their despair and their anguish as if it were our own.